Coming off a big win, Tupelo is back at home this week to start division play with Hernando and Coach. 9 conference games, 9 division games are one thing. Now it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new season.
Absolutely. Nothing matters what's happened up till now. And that's what I've told our guys. It was 0-0 new season, and we get to play, and we get to really figure ourselves out.
Playoff run basically starts Friday night.
It does. These are the games that matter. We feel good about where we are right now. Are we where we want to be yet? Not even close. But I said a lot of those games, it doesn't matter leading up to now. They have prepared us physically for this moment, and we'll see what goes on Friday night.
Of course, last week was crazy. We were supposed to play Grenada. And then when we did the show, we were supposed to play North Panola. And by the time we got back and started editing, we had to cut that part out because we had another game, and it ended up being West Lauderdale, another team we've never played that came up. And they came ready to play.
They did. I think first and foremost, you can look that up, or somebody has to. We have to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for preparing for 3 teams in 1 week. That was very taxing on us and our coaching staff, but I mean they did a great job. Our kids did a great job. I'll tell you this about West Lauderdale: there's a reason 6 6A teams turned them down.
Right.
And we were the ones that decided to play them. We just wanted to play football. And our kudos to them. We're watching film Sunday, and our players like Coach. They were more physical than West Point in Neshoba. They came to pack a punch more than they did, and that says a lot about them and a lot about their program. They got a chance to win it all in 4A this year.
The one thing that really caught my eye and surprised me was their speed. You're used to that in 6A, but when you go down to 4A, you don't see as much of it. They had plenty of speed.
They did. The only thing we kind of had on them was depth.
Right.
And we weren't in the best scenario Friday night for depth with having about 5 guys out in key spots.
Especially your offensive line.
Especially offensive line, defensive line. And to me, that's where they win games is the offense and defensive line. But I was very impressive with that running back, and he's just a junior. And that quarterback was just a sophomore. They did a phenomenal job. They flew around. They're going to be special going forward.
But on the same token, when our defense had to step up, particularly late in the game, to get that key stop, they rose to the occasion again. Only gave up 3 touchdowns, played another solid second half.
They did. They stepped up when it mattered. We didn't play good at certain spots, but when it mattered at the end, that's why I said, guys, we were going to make this football game, make this hard on us. But yeah, at the end, I'm glad they stepped up goal line wise. I'm glad they stepped up when it mattered to play.
21-20, another home game this week with Hernando. But before we go into the Hernando game, there's one thing I wanted to talk about is our running game. I mean, what a way to open offensively with a 71-yard touchdown run. And that kind of is like, okay, McInnister's back. He's
right.
Looking good. And that was a beautiful. Once he cleared, he was gone. Nobody's gone.
It was. Me and him were talking yesterday, and he said he thought it was like a dream scoring the first play of the game the way he did, untouched, just gone right there. Was very impressed with our offensive line, with our scheme that we've run, that we've installed. It's something new that our kids have never done, and we knew each week we're going to keep getting better and better at it. Right. Us being new with everything, been kind of hard to have the chemistry. Right. And we're just going to keep getting better at our running game. I'm very proud of those guys. We had over 200 yards rushing. Right. We had 2 running backs that rushed for a lot of yards. We're excited about that going forward. They're going to keep getting better. We got to have an established run game if we're going to be successful in this league.
And it helped in your passing game. Percentage-wise on completions, Jake's numbers were way up from the first 2 games.
And, folks would think, that's what me and Coach Mack were talking about the other day. You would think, watching the first 2 games, he had a better game passing-wise, but grading-wise, he actually had a better game this game just because we had more chunk plays running the ball, and he had better completing percentage passing.
And I don't want to take away from what he did on special teams. He had 2 huge punts.
2 great punts. That one at the end right there, that's what I told him. I said, guys, just relax right here. Hey, kudos to Patrick Helms for a phenomenal snap. We knew they were going to come after it. It was 2 minutes left in the game. They had no more timeouts. We knew if we just got the ball off and made them drive right there, we were going to win a football game. But kudos, snap and punt right there. That was one of the play of the night.
It was huge.
It was.
Now let's look forward to Hernando, like we talked about earlier. It's our division opener. We continue our homestand again next week too. But what have you seen in Hernando so far?
Totally different opposite from the spectrum from what we've seen the first 3 weeks. Totally opposite when it comes to physicality and their style of football. You have 3 football teams that we played that are going to straight hit you in the mouth. Is going to bank on being tough and physical. Hernando is more of a, what would you say, finesse, and they want to beat you. They're going to throw the ball about 90% of the time. They're going to try to beat you with speed and athleticism, and very kind of like Oregon. They've got a quarterback, a Wilkie kid that is phenomenal. He's great, and he's got some good receivers to throw to, and so it's just adjustment for us. It's either going to be feast or famine for us. We'll see. I feel good about it. Feel good about the guys we have in spots in certain places. We'll see Friday night. We'll see. We'll see what we look like with a curveball change up from something different.
Now, we talked about earlier about injuries and not being at full strength. Again, you had, 3 offensive linemen out. Where are we health-wise going into this game?
We're still kind of banged up, and I think that's 2020. I think every coach
You'll be banged up all year.
Every coach I've talked to that I'm close friends with in the state, they've got somebody is out for something. You look in the NFL, you look in the college, you've got guys dropping left and right, but we're a little banged up. We're going to have about 2 or 3 starters out this Friday, but we're getting some guys back, and we just want to make it out each game, playing as best as we can, and hopefully being healthy after each game.
That's all you can look for. And you talked about the depth too. That's where that really comes into play. Absolutely.
The depth, we're having to interchange guys, so it kind of messes up on chemistry, but also too, you're getting to kind of see the future, because at one point, I think me and Coach Jones talked about it, there was 10 different sophomores that touched the field Friday night on defense. And I think just as many are close to that on offense. So we're getting a lot of young guys that are getting some experience.
Exactly, and that can only help.
I can only help. They're only going to grow.
Exactly. Sure. Coach, before we end our show, we're going to play another game.
All right.
Today.
No surprises today, huh?
I'm going to give you a name, and I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear these names.
Okay.
All right. Peyton Manning.
Legacy, I guess. Random. I don't know. I guess I think of the family. Family. That's
Pretty talented family.
Pretty talented family.
Emmitt
Smith, Cowboy.
Chris
Jones, H-Town.
You got to be proud.
You got to be proud, absolutely. Yeah,
I mean, play and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Too Tall Ed Jones.
Too Tall Ed Jones. Classic. I don't know.
That's a good word. That's a great word for him. Patrick
Mahomes. New era.
Yeah. That's a great.
New era. I mean, I think that's kind of the direction maybe football's going in.
I agree. Last one, Ronnie
Lott. I would say professional, because he was a heck of a football player, and off the field too. I mean, he was a heck of a commentator, great in the community, all that.
He was just an all-around.
Yeah, all around.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you this morning. Look forward to Friday night. Hopefully it's Hernando.
It's guaranteed it's Hernando or nobody.
So stay tuned. We'll keep you informed. And again, if you can't make it out to the game, it is live streamed on Gold Wave Athletics, and George Gridiron and his crew do a phenomenal job with that. For Coach Harden, I'm Greg Ellis. This is Gridiron Tape.